Hi, welcome to Business Influencers. I'm your host, Chris Salem. Welcome to Business Influencers. You found us here at the TALRadio platform for Touch of Life Foundation. We hope everybody is having a great week and you are enjoying the platform with the many of the great guests here sharing content and experience to help elevate you and wherever you are to wherever you want to be. There's a wide array of different topics and content that are discussed here on the TALRadio platform. And that's why Business Influencers has been with TALRadio since the beginning. Yes, we are going on almost 4 years. We just celebrated our 200th episode here with TALRadio. And again, it's because of you, the listeners. And we want to thank those loyal listeners that have been with us since day one. That, again, we are committed to you and your level of success by raising your level of influence, because it's through influence that we can encourage and empower people to now recognize what can they do with what you're sharing and influencing them about to take action. And that's what we do each and every week when we bring subject matter experts in to share their words of wisdom and insights to help elevate you. And we cover a wide array of different topics, which we'll be doing today. In addition to listening to the show here at the TALRadio platform, you could also listen to us on Spotify, Apple, and also our video portion of the show, YouTube. So again, feel free to subscribe to all four or whatever platform works best for you. And we encourage you to also get in contact with us if there's any content you would like to see on a future show. Today's show is being brought to you today by Alumni Direct. Alumni Direct is a new social media community platform dedicated to bringing alumni together from all different generational types and an opportunity to meet new people for the first time. Now, it is a membership program taking out all the noise out of social media. You get to generate genuine and authentic relationships with the people you choose to interact with. Well, we got a great show for you today. I am looking forward to this. As you know, we've covered many wellness topics here, but you're going to learn about the 3D approach to wellness. 3D, yes. And you're going to learn a lot of things then how you can even take action to actually put the 3D approach into effect and helping to raise your wellness that will thus help raise your level of influence. We're going to be here today with Dina Rezvanipour. She is the founder of the 3D Wellness Retreats, created in 2018 to provide sanctuary for inner transformation and healing. Raised in a spiritual family, Dina discovered early on the power of gratitude as the foundation for peace and joy. Her retreats bring together world-class healers, coaches, and speakers to guide attendees toward lasting well-being. And after overcoming a serious accident herself in 2023, Dina deepened her mission to help others embrace gratitude, resilience, and purposeful living. And without further ado, we welcome Dina Rezvanipour to the show. Dina, how you doing today?
I'm great, Chris. How are you?
Doing great. We are so excited to have you here. And, let's just talk about, the backstory of the 3D approach. Every great founder like yourself and the impact that you've made on people's lives had to start with the backstory, and perhaps helping yourself. Share with us what that was and what has led to the 3D approach now in wellness that you're serving to people around the world.
Sure. Well, first of all, I'm excited to be here with you today, so thank you for having me. So I started this journey many years ago. Growing up, I was in a spiritual home, and my mom really instilled in my brother and I the importance of giving back and the importance of recognizing that we're very fortunate with what we have and not to take things for granted. And as I started to grow up and move out of the house and start to really figure out life for myself, I went through a spiral of a moment where I was like, I don't connect with things the way that I should be. I'm not appreciating the things that I have, and nothing seems to fulfill me. So I would hit the goals that I wanted to hit. I started my company that didn't get me what I wanted. I thought I was constantly lacking something. And then I realized, after much work on myself and this healing journey that I went on, that all of it really comes down to gratitude and self-love. And when you know that you're worthy of receiving something, you will start to attract the things to make that happen for you. And so I went out on this journey to really start to help people find that within themselves and find that love and find that the gratitude in life, because life has a lot of really beautiful moments in it. In the big chaos of it all, there are really beautiful things to take in and just appreciate. So I help people find those points to then elevate to the next level in their lives.
I love how you shared that. It's like a process, and oftentimes we're chasing the big prize, so to speak, and we get lost in the process because we're so tied to the results that are beyond our control. And how do we experience that? Through frustration, overwhelmness, anxiety, stress, and we miss out on those little wins and the little things that we take for granted, like you said. And that's what gratitude's about. And those are the things where life is experienced. And I know what you just shared, it took me a long time to figure that out back in the day, but I finally did, thank God. But no, I love what you're sharing, and keep expanding on that. Like, now that, you've personally experienced this, and with gratitude, resilience behind kind of driving this, how does this evolve into the 3D approach? And what can people now start to do wherever they are? Maybe they don't have harmony in their life. They're maybe working, they have no personal life, or their personal relationships are not going well, or maybe, all those above. What things that people can maybe start with to start, finding that harmony in their lives?
So for each person, there's a different approach. There's not one kind of set rule for each person to follow to achieve that feeling of wholeness and self-love. But really what it comes down to is finding the right exercises and tools that work for you. So for me, I personally love journaling. That's something that gives me a lot of peace of mind. I think a lot of that comes from being a type A personality. I like to write and make lists and check them off. And so there's like this satisfying feeling where I'm like, oh, okay, I did this, I achieved that, So writing down 5 things every morning or every evening that you're grateful for. And I don't want it to be the basic things like my family and my health. And, I want you to really fine tune it. So it's not the parking spot. It's not your family. It's that I woke up this morning and I had a really positive feeling. I had a deep conversation with a friend today. I helped someone navigate a challenging, moment in their life. When you go into those little things, it makes life just feel so much more grand and so much more expandable that you could do anything that you want to do. And you're out of your little gridlock of a viewpoint of the 3D world. You're going into a bigger universe of life, and it's a really beautiful way to do that, is journaling and writing down things that you're grateful for. Another way to do it is to just sit still. Sitting still and letting your mind just be at ease. What you can focus on is your breath. If it's hard to just be still, you can count and take in 5 deep breaths in, hold it for 5, and release for 6. And just do that counting and really just focus on the breath and the inhale and the exhale. And then lastly, I think walking or moving your body or dancing, doing something that is physical, also helps you just reconnect with yourself. So that is definitely something that I recommend to everyone, because once you allow your brain to just have a pause and take a deep breath and then come back to dealing with whatever it is that you're dealing with, you have a fresh perspective on those issues in front of you.
Yeah, no, I love what you shared. And I love journaling, because I actually started doing that a number of years ago, and it was like taking the head trash out every morning. And I don't know about, if there's a certain way that you do it. Do you do it before meditation? You do it after? I always did it after meditation.
Yeah, that's a beautiful way to do it as well.
And you're so right. Like I just felt like if I tried to figure something out in my head, I would just get caught up in the what ifs and the control I can't control. But when I wrote it down, it was like looking at it from a third party perspective. And I could, I can now see that it wasn't as difficult as I thought it was, or I didn't have to worry as much as I thought I should. All those things. And like you said, it brought back some of that joy, and it lessened that fear. And then you talked about doing some other things, like it could be, like walking, working out, that type of thing. And I love to walk in nature, even in the wintertime. Even I live up in the New York area, so it'll start getting cold here in a few months, but won't stop me. But I love what you're doing. I love how you said it's personalized or custom to each person. It's not one size fits all.
No, it's definitely not one size fits all. And I think a lot of us get so caught up in this world of social media and keeping up with the Joneses of, well, my friend is doing so-and-so and this person's doing this and that. And it's really getting out of that world of being consumed of this rat race and really going inward and going, what have I accomplished? Where am I? And be proud of where you're at. Because I promise you've advanced from 5 years ago. And so if you take a moment, take a weekend and really sit back and write down from, your early ages that you can remember, 4 or 5 years old, to where you are today, and the struggles that you thought were struggles, or those scary moments, or those moments of despair, and look back, and it wasn't as horrific or as this big thing that you made it in that moment. You got through, and you're now at this place. And I think having that reflection and that reminder that you make it bigger in any which way in your mind versus what the situation is at hand. So when you remember that it's not going to be as bad as I think it is, it kind of gives you some peace within yourself. You're still going to have to deal with that lawsuit or whatever it is that you're dealing with. But in your heart, you're going to be okay.
You're going to be,
that you've always been okay. You've always come out of whatever it is that's been thrown at you.
You're so right. Like you think about the things that you used to stress and angst about it because you were caught up in something in the future that had not happened, and then you project all these things that were going to happen that didn't happen or didn't happen to the level you thought, and it all worked out. And then we're like, okay, I won't do that again. And then something happens again, and you do it again. Yeah. But like you said, when you're able to bring it back into the moment, and what you were sharing, all those things that kind of just bring you back, you begin to see those little things that you often bypass, and those little opportunities add up to big opportunities.
Exactly.
And it's not chasing the big opportunity. It's like looking for the little ones that roll up, and that's what I got from what you just shared with us. Talk about, if you could share with us. I know you do retreats, and you've done them very successfully, changed a lot of lives. Why are retreats really powerful in helping people make this shift, transformation, change, whatever that may be?
Sure. So I think doing any kind of retreat or any self-work helps you navigate what's available as far as tools are concerned, right? So you might not know how to do breath work properly, or you might not know that there are ways to tap and change your reprogram your mindset.
Yes.
So we bring in these different experts from all over the world who I've personally worked with over the years, and they're coming in to teach you tools. And the tools are what's going to help you navigate the next step of your life. So when that problem occurs, because life throws problems at you, doesn't matter if you're a guru or not, you will constantly be thrown different things your way, right? And it's going to give you the tools to navigate those situations differently. So instead of reacting, you are going to be coming from a place of confidence and knowing I'm going to be okay. Yeah. Yes, this is what's here. This is what's presented. But I know I have a knowing that I'm going to be okay in this situation. And so when you come with that mindset, these retreats help you create that mindset. And when you come from that mindset, you can be thrown anything and you will walk away from it a success.
And I love what you shared there, because again, that you get aligned with someone who's actually done it. People that you can now feel psychologically safe to now maybe perhaps where you weren't able to do that before in whatever environment you were in, and now you're also with other people perhaps that you're also. And I always find that I do a lot of workshops and I do a lot of training, as a consulting coach and a professional speaker, and I find that again, even when I did a training recently, they're not only they're learning from each other too.
Correct. And creating that community of like-minded individuals. And I think there's a real beauty in that, because when you're having a moment where you're like, oh, I forgot, you slip and you want to be in the moment of being nervous, or you want to be in the moment of being anxious or stressed, you can call a friend that was at one of these retreats with you and they'll help you. There's a real beauty in having a group of friends and a community to lean back on when you're not feeling your strongest. And we've lost that sense of community globally, really. There's just been so much of a divide that we've been pushed towards politically and in different ways. And we need to bring it back to bringing community into this world. Yeah. And so we can start it small with just being around like-minded individuals who are going to help you navigate life. And I think that's really so important and a really great thing for individuals to have within their lives is really strong communities.
Yeah, I agree 100%. The community, I mean, there are people that say they're communities, but a lot of times they're not acting like communities. And and I always find when people feel psychologically safe, not in a pleasing and enabling way, but in a way that leads from empathy and kindness, empowers people to come out of their comfort zone and know that, hey, it may not be easy, but hey, this change is necessary. That's going to take you to that next level of you. And and like I always say, I always have to remind myself, change is going to happen with or without me. So I might as well adapt.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%. Life is going to happen.
Yeah.
So just be on board with it. Don't be the victim of life. Be the driver.
Yep.
And when you change that mindset and are now driving the driving force behind it, you get to navigate how you want to handle your emotions towards the new change that's in front of you.
So true. Love it. I love it. So with those people, let's say we got some listeners on here that either have maybe been to a retreat, but maybe they haven't been to the right retreat, or maybe they haven't been to a retreat, yet they know there's a challenge they have that could be better, that can be in their personal or professional or both, finding that happy medium within them. What would you suggest, they do, like what they look for in a retreat, like the 3D approach, like what's something that even just meeting them where they're at that point?
I would start small. So don't go for a 5-day, 10-day retreat, because maybe that's not right for you right away. So I would start with doing a weekend retreat and really figure out what it is that you're looking for to achieve. So is it a retreat where you want to let go of thoughts that don't serve you anymore? Are you looking to find community and you just want something to do in a weekend around your neighborhood? Are you looking to find your purpose? So every retreat has a different theme, and some of them include a lot of that, incorporate a lot of those things. But I think figuring out why you want to go first and being very clear on that intention, that you're ready for a change to occur. And at that point, look into what's available to you. So for us, we do 2-day retreats, and then we do virtual retreats, and then we also do 5-day retreats. So we offer different ways that you can be a part of the magic of change. And if it's something that you're not even ready to do, to leave your home to do, we offer virtual retreats. So you're in the comfort of your own home. It's 2 hours to 3 hours on a weekend, and you're really getting to do the work in a safe space and You'll still be in a community, so you'll be able to interact with people within the Zoom, but it's a very modern age way of doing a retreat. So we offer that as well. And if you're ready to advance and you're ready to take it to the next level, then the 5-day retreats are a place that you can actually, we don't do them in the States, we do them in Mexico. And we do a real deep dive on finding your purpose. And we bring in experts that really take you on a beautiful journey for 5 days. And you come out of it just so refreshed, and you get a tan, and we have really great food.
Yeah. Would it be safe if it's Mexico? Is that Costa Rica, like down there, or
No,
other parts?
It's actually in Correas.
Oh yeah. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Wow. And yeah, and like I said, you can make it into a little, besides the retreat, make it into also a little mini vacation too. You know,
Exactly.
if you want to take a couple extra days, make it a week and go around the area. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think there's just different ways to do it, right? But I think the first step is really understanding why you want to do it. Have your purpose for this. And once you have that, then you can navigate what style works best for you.
Yeah. I think this is so important more than ever. And I'm talking to you listeners, because we have people here that are not only solopreneurs and influencers, but we also have corporate professionals at various levels, people running business groups, could be, in sales or HR or operations. And, you're going to experience, time to time, like you feel like you're burning out. This is something that can really impact your life. And then you could be the example and be a resource to help others do for themselves. A couple days, as Dina said, could really change your life. And then when you take that week vacation, you could do the 5-day retreat next time and come back refreshed and just to have a whole new attitude adjustment.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. So we've had companies do our retreats before, and what they set out to do is really create a community within their company. Yeah. So building really like a family unit. And I think changing the perspective of, I'm going to try and beat this guy, and I'm going to get the raise, and I'm going to get the promotion, and I'm going to leave my colleagues in the dust. Changing that perspective to, we're going to do this together in a collective and get the company up to a better place, really changes just the dynamic, and people are giving their all. Really, truly, you see that shift within your company and your employees. It's very powerful.
Love it. This is just fantastic information. I wish this show was 1 hour and not a half an hour, because I know we could go into some other areas. I mean, I definitely would love to have you back on a future show to elaborate on this, because this is such an important topic, and we highly encourage everybody listening, go back and listen to the show again. There could be things that you heard, but now you hear it again, it really connects and relates to you, that could really, maybe for you to take some action now. And now we want to make sure that we want you to get to know Dina even more. And the way to do that is by reaching out to her. So Dina, first of all, before we do that, I want to thank you personally, our team here at the Touch of Life Foundation, for taking the time to be with us here today. And I loved for you if you could share with the audience, how can they get in contact with you? What are you up to? And I know you have something to share with them about an upcoming retreat or anything else that you want to provide value to the audience.
Sure. So you can find me there's 2 different ways. On Instagram at Dina Rezvanipour, which I'm sure Chris will share in the notes.
Yes, we will. Yes.
Awesome. And then you can find out more about our upcoming retreats at our website, which is www.3dwellnessretreats.com. And our next 5-day retreat is taking place in May 2026 in Mexico. So you're going to have a really beautiful week that we've put a program together that is not only, I'm so excited about this program because our experts for it is just incredible. But what you're going to get out of this 5 days is nothing short of a life-changing experience. We are bringing in people who are going to work one-on-one with you and in group settings. And those one-on-one sessions are a game changer. So if you're ready to make a change in your life, join us.
Excellent. And we'll make sure that, again, is in the show notes. We highly encourage you, again, to reach out to Dina. And for any reason, if you reach out to us, we'll also make sure to connect you directly with her and her administrators as well to get in contact. Take advantage of this. This could be a life-changing opportunity for you personally. And there is nothing better than the gift that you can give another person or people, and that's the gift of being the example and being resourceful. Allow that person now to have that opportunity to experience what you went through and come out ahead. Well, everybody, we want to thank you again for joining us here at Business Influencers. Again, this show would not be where it's at because of you, and we are committed to bringing in subject matter experts each and every week, like Dina, to share their words of wisdom and insights to help elevate you and your movement, business, organization, whatever that may be, to the next level through the power of influence. Have a great week, everybody, and we will see you next week, same time, same day. Take care.